We've completed the first week of the 2024 Italian Open and a lot has happened. Two of the biggest stars on the men's side are out, while the star power on the women's is shining brighter than ever with some mouth-watering fourth round affairs. Hi, I'm Christian Bastine and welcome back to Christian's Court, where I cover tennis from all angles. Going over some of these edgy Rome round of 16 matches, just jumping right into this video, starting with one between two slam champions, Iga Swiatek and Angelique Kerber. Thus far in Rome, Swiatek has notched two straight sets wins, first over Bernarda Pera and then Yulia Putintseva, and in that match against Putintseva, she recovered from 4-1 down. I think she also faced 2 break points in that 4-1 game to reel off, I think, 5 consecutive games to seal the match. Kerber, meanwhile, has been definitely a big surprise coming this far, especially since that clay is historically her worst performing surface, and she hasn't been in the best form as of yet this season, as she's still in her comeback year. But, you know, she's been crushing it here in the Fori Italico. She has yet to drop a set in her 3 matches, as she notably crushed 17th seeded Veronika Kudermetova 6-3, 6-love in the second round. Swiatek leads Kerber in the head-to-head 2-0, with their first meeting going the distance in the 2022 Indian Wells, I believe, round of 16. And in their second match, they played this year actually in the United Cup Finals, and Iga dominated that one 6-3, 6-love. Iga will be the big favorite in this one, well, of course, with it being on clay, but if Kerber continues her good form, she could perhaps push the pole to 3. I do think Iga will win this one in straight sets, though. I can see the first set being kind of close, maybe like a 6-4, 7-5, and then in the second set, I can see Iga kind of running away with it, you know, winning so maybe like 6-1 or 6-2. And the winner of this match faces the victor of Madison Keys and Sorana Cirstea, who both got excellent wins over 2 talented lefties in Beatriz Haddad Maia and Marketa Vondrousova, respectively. Another intriguing fourth round matchup is between Coco Gauff and Paula Badosa. Badosa has earned 3 impressive wins in Rome thus far, beating Mira Andreeva, Emma Navarro, and now most recently Princess Diana Schneider. And in those previous 2 wins against Navarro and Schneider, she had to come back from a set down. Gauff opened her campaign with a 6-3, 6-3 win over Magdalena Frech before coming through a tough 3-setter against rising Romanian Jacqueline Christian, where she was bageled in the second set. Coco's forehand and ground game overall have been pretty solid thus far in Rome, but the major culprit is still the serve. Against Christian, she served 15 double faults, you know, which unfortunately has kind of become the norm with Gauff, and those double faults too came at just inopportune times. Despite being ranked 123 spots below Gauff, Badosa is actually favored by many Coco puffs and many fans to come through in this match, and this is because Paula leads the head-to-head 3-1 over the American, and she won their last meeting, which was on clay last year in Madrid. I believe she won that 6-3, 6-love. The serve is going to be a major concern for Gauff, and Badosa will definitely look to apply pressure on that front. I am going to side with Coco, though, to progress to the quarterfinals. You know, call me crazy, but I have hope that Coco will control the double faults. And then the main reason, too, why I'm supporting my cousin Coco is the undeniable fact that Paula is just very injury prone, and this is already, too, the most tennis that she's played back to back all year. And I feel like some type of, unfortunately, I knock on wood, but I just have a feeling that some type of ailment or injury will plague her, or she simply won't have the same mojo that we've seen from her thus far this tournament. Next, we have an affair between Naomi Osaka and Qinwen Zheng. Now, this has definitely been Naomi's best tournament since her comeback. She has yet to drop a set, and she first earned her maiden top 20 win in the second round, beating Marta Kostyuk 6-3, 6-2, and she followed that up with her maiden top 15 win on the dirt, beating number 11th ranked Daria Kasatkina 6-3, 6-3. Naomi definitely seems to be backing up her notes at post, her cryptic notes at post that she's been making on socials, because her game looks significantly better this week in Rome. And most notably, the serve has been on fire. She's been winning so many free and easy points on that shot, and she's been hitting her spots so well. Cousin Coco could learn a thing or two, no shade. Anyways, Qinwen, meanwhile, she's definitely exceeded my expectations as well. She retired in her Madrid opener due to an injury, but she's coming off a solid 3-6, 6-1, 6-2 comeback win over 29th seed Linda Noskova. These two, Naomi and Qinwen, played once before in the 2022 San Jose Mubadala Open, which Naomi won in 3 sets. Now, Zheng will have a chip on her shoulder coming into this match, as Because if you don't remember, the Chinese woman revealed late last year that her former coach, Qinwen Zheng, essentially blindsided her and ditched her to work for Naomi Osaka without really giving her much heads up when Naomi called him up and asked him to rejoin her team when she was preparing for this comeback. Zheng has since reunited with Coco Gauff's former coach, Kerber, and those two have had a successful partnership, but I feel like Qinwen will try and bring her best tennis here in this match to show Zheng that he made a mistake ditching her. I feel like Naomi needs to win this one in 2 sets because I favor Qinwen if things go deep, as she, the Chinese woman, is a bit more match tough and match fit in my opinion recently. Unfortunately for Naomi, I do see this one going to 3 sets, so I will pick the Chinese woman to come through. Transitioning to the bottom half, Maria Sakkari and Victoria Azarenka will meet for the 3rd time ever. Vika leads the head-to-head there, I believe 2-0, but they have not played since 2021. Sakkari, though, will be the favorite in this match to notch her first win over the Belarusian, as she's coming off a solid 7-6, 6-love win over last year's runner-up Angelina Kalinina. Azarenka, meanwhile, battled past Magda Linette and Mayar Sharif in 3-setters to reach the stage. Sakkari, of course, she is the better clay court player, and she will have more in the tank for this affair, so I will pick her to move through. The next few sections have more opportunity thanks to the withdrawal of defending champion Elena Rybakina, who is suffering from illness. Despite having her 15-match win streak snapped last week in Madrid by Sabalenka, Danielle Collins is still crushing it out there, as she most recently beat 22nd seed Caroline Garcia 6-3, 6-3 to make the Sweet 16. This marks Collins' 5th win over the French woman, and all of them, by the way, have come in straight sets. The Dynamo next plays Irina Camelia Begu, who clobbered Elisa Mertens today 6-2, 6-love. Meanwhile, another big ball striker, Jelena Ostapenko, bested Sarah Sorribes-Tormo with a score of 6-4, 5-7, 6-1. The Latvian hit a whopping 72 winners to 69 unforced errors in this match. She now plays 120th ranked qualifier Rebecca Stromkova, who beat Sofia Kenin, who beat Ons Jabeur in the 2nd round. The winner of that Ostapenko-Stromkova match faces the victor of Aryna Sabalenka and Elena Svitolina. Sabalenka leads the head-to-head 2-1, with their last clay match coming in the 2023 Rolling Girls quarterfinals, which Biklenka took 6-4, 6-4. Svitolina honestly has not done much since Melbourne, where she suffered that back spasm problem, as she went 4-5 overall, but she scored a convincing straight sets win over 23rd seed Anna Kalinskaya today. Elena, though, has said that she's still dealing with injury problems, which of course does give a little bit of an edge to Sabalenka, although Aryna herself is not 100%. She admitted after a tough opening round battle against Katie Volinets that she is under the weather in Rome. Aryna did well, though, to limit her time on court in her round of 32 match with Diana Yastremska, dusting the Ukrainian 6-4, 6-2 in 88 minutes. I see Svitolina definitely challenging Sabalenka in this one, perhaps even beating her, and I say this because, I still have concerns with Sabalenka not being 100% health-wise, and especially with Rolling Girls so close around the corner, I don't really expect her to expend too much, especially considering that she likely still wants to compete or peak for the majors. On the men's side, world number 1 and 6-time Rome champion Novak Djokovic bit the dust today, suffering a surprise 6-2, 6-3 loss to 32nd ranked Alejandro Tabilo. This was, of course, Tabilo's biggest career win to date and possibly the best match that he's played in his life thus far, as he broke Nole 4 times and didn't face a break point at all in the 68-minute rout. Novak, of course, did not look like himself out there. He did suffer a head injury and after his opening round match against Mute, as it involved a water bottle striking the serve in the head on accident. Novak assured fans afterwards that he was okay, and he even poked fun at the whole incident, arriving to the tournament site yesterday wearing a helmet. However, Novak said in this press conference that he did not feel the same here in this match today against the Chilean, and he struggled with his coordination. Nole could have definitely suffered a concussion. I know some said that he was being dramatic by using the whole water bottle thing as a possible excuse, but that did sound like a aluminum or metal bottle. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it did impact him a lot. It is, though, uncharacteristic, regardless of the incident, to witness Novak struggling on court like this. He's not been terrible, but 12-5 is not what we've been accustomed to seeing from him these past 5 or so years. You know, he's had some solid results, making the semifinals in both Melbourne and Monte Carlo, but he is still searching for his first title, and I believe this is the longest that he's gone without a title to open a season since 2018. Nole has also undergone some big team changes recently as he split with coach Goran Ivanisevic at the end of March. You know, there are some questions about whether this is the beginning of the end for Nole. He's been dominating the sport for so long, but ultimately even the greatest of the game, you know, have a fall from grace. Is this his fall from grace? I think it's still too early to answer that question. I believe we should at least wait until the end of Roland Garros, or really honestly wait until the end of Wimbledon to determine that. For looking ahead to Roland Garros, he will be a big favorite there. You know, two of his biggest threats, and Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner, aren't healthy themselves, and they're out of Rome due to injury. So that overall does though make it so much of an open field on the men's side for Roland Garros, which makes it so interesting. Now, looking at the remaining men's players in Rome, Tabilo will look to reach his maiden Masters 1000 quarterfinal when he takes on Karen Khachanov, who's coming off an excellent 6-2, 6-4 victory over Francisco Cerundolo. The top half has a lot of opportunity with Novak's exit, and one of Novak's ops, Ben Shelton, unfortunately was dealt a tough straight sets defeat too, losing to China's Qinwen Zheng. Zheng plays Brazilian qualifier Thiago Monteiro, who took down Miomir Kecmanovic 7-6 in the third. Kecmanovic, by the way, beat 5th seed Casper Ruud in the round prior. Third seed Alexander Zverev is my current pick to make the finals, unfortunately. Here in Rome, he now gets Portugal's Nuno Borges, who is into his first Masters 1000 round of 16. Below that, we have the most intriguing fourth round on the card, in the top half at least, between 11th seed Taylor Fritz and 8th Grigor Dimitrov, who both have yet to drop a set this tournament. In the bottom half, in Tsitsipas' section, we have all 4 seeds remaining, with Tsitsipas taking on Cam Norrie, and then Felix Auger-Aliassime playing Alex de Minaur. I predict Steph and Felix to progress there to face each other. Madrid champion Andrei Rublev has a solid shot of making yet another deep run, as his highest seed remaining in that little section is Nico Jarry, who he'd face in the 4th round if both guys prevail. Our second all-seeded section in the bottom half is Hurkacz's, who handed Nadal his most straightforward loss on clay, I believe, in the 2nd round. He plays Thomas Van Etcheverry next, while last year's finalist Holger Rune faces another Argentinian in Sebastian Baez. Finally, our defending champion Daniil Medvedev opened with a nice straight sets win over Jack Draper, and he now faces ATP Next Gen champion Hamad Mehedovich, who took down Alejandro Davidovich Fokina in straight sets. The winner of this could get American Tommy Paul, who faces Dominic Koepfer, who dominated Francis Tiafoe in the 2nd round. I gotta talk about Francis soon, because this is getting ridiculous. Anyways, that's all I have from my Rome updates thus far, and let me know in the comments your popcorn women's match that you're most looking forward to. Also, do you think that Novak will get it together for Roland Garros, or are we indeed witnessing the beginning of the end? Make sure y'all subscribe to and click the notification bell so you're notified whenever I post more Rome updates, as the tournament is still 1 week left of action. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time here on Christian's Court.